What's going on, YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I have a very interesting video for everybody. I want to start off by saying, and for those of you who watched my most recent video about this knife, I want to start off by saying that I owe Ozark Trail an apology, and I actually owe everybody who watched that video an apology too, because I have a knife here. It's called the Ozark Trail green knife. Believe it or not, that is exactly what it's called. That basically goes against everything that I said about Ozark Trail and what I wanted to see in one of their folding knives. I did not know that this knife existed until today, and it is still available. Keep that in mind. So for those of you who did not watch my video on this guy, this is the Ozark Trail rail clip knife, I guess. I was complaining about a lot of things. The thickness this way, the fact that the scales here didn't complete the entirety of the frame. They didn't cover up. They didn't cover this rail part up here. I didn't like that, and a multitude of other things. But I considered all those things problems, and I was talking about how they were so close in terms of size and EDC ability and just little things they could fix, and they could really knock it out of the park if they just made a knife just like this, but just a little better, and made some changes. Another small knife like this. And then I went over to talk with Ricky, who's been in a bunch of videos with me here at work, and I said I need a knife that's got some plastic or some FRN handles, and he handed me this. And I said, what is this? You've never shown me this before. And he said, oh, it's an Ozark Trail knife. It's one of those knives that costs like $4. And I took a look at it, and this is exactly what I was talking about. This knife has most of the changes that I was hoping that at some point Ozark Trail would make to their line. Essentially, it is everything that I was talking about, almost exactly. But this is an excellent folding knife. We're going to talk about it here for a sec. Let's do a size comparison real quick with my Manix 2. As you can see, this is a very small knife, sub 7-inch folder. Manix 2 is 8 inches overall and weighs about 5 ounces. This knife has to be, like I said, sub 7 inches overall, probably 6.75, something like that, with a 2 1/4 to 2.5 inch cutting edge. And this thing has to weigh, I don't know, 2.8 ounces, something like that. It's got to be sub 3 or right at 3 ounces. So this is an excellent folding knife for the money. This is not a premium knife. This knife is definitely made in China or Taiwan or something like that. And it's an Ozark Trail knife that you get from Walmart. And it's one that's actually available right now. A lot of my videos on these Ozark Trail knives are about their past knives and ones that aren't available anymore. So I didn't know that this existed, but it does. And they've, I got to hand it to them. They clearly have. They've either been thinking harder about their designs, or they've been taking, maybe requests from customers or something like that. But they nailed it here. This is not a G10 handle scale. It's plastic, but it's peel ply textured. It's actually got some nice texturing on there. It's nicely rounded off, open body design. It's got a nice cutout here on the primary choil. The position is going to be a 3-finger position, but I got to admit, I don't have small hands, but I don't have huge hands either. I got kind of medium-large hands. You can actually get a full purchase on it, and even with the 3-finger position here, this is a very friendly ergonomic design for the knife. So thumbs up for that handle there, the scales, absolutely. The profile here is not ultra thin, but definitely thinner than the rail knife, absolutely, including the pocket clip. They did thin that down. So that was one of the things I was talking about there. Perfect. They still have a single position deep carry pocket clip, right hand only, tip down, which is, that's too bad. But if I was gonna leave one of my requests out, I am right-handed, so for me personally, that's not the biggest issue if I get everything else that I wanted in the knife correct. So that's okay. Steel liner that has been sunk into the scales there. You can see on the inside it isn't a solid plastic. It actually does have the liner sort of cartridge style into the scales there, so that does contribute overall to the weight reduction of the knife. The action is Keep in mind, this is $3. So the blade's not made out of anything premium. The handle's not made out of anything premium. The liners, nothing. Nothing about this knife is premium. It's budget. So again, we're just judging it on the design. But my God, did they get this design right? You got a drop point blade it's painted. It's got a sharp edge, but it's a fantastic utilitarian blade shape. It's going to do the job. You've got an ergonomic handle that's very pocket friendly, thin profile, thin blade stock. It's not going to hold an edge forever, but again, we're talking about a budget steel here, so you just resharpen it. And then you've got steel liners, and it's a liner lock that's locking up actually pretty early for the as cheap as this knife is. And there's no blade play or lock rock. I'm sure over time it'll develop, one or the other. But if you use this for regular light tasks, then you're going to be in good shape. It doesn't center up perfectly. Well, certainly doesn't center up badly. It's not rubbing it. Wow. Yeah, all the way around, guys, this is ultra impressive. And I feel really stupid for not knowing that this existed. Because I was going on and on and on about how, that the company that's making $3 or $4 knives for Walmart has this opportunity, because they've got their name out there. People know who they are. And I was going on and on about how they've got this opportunity to make an awesome design. They've got these materials available to them. I was hoping for G10, but that's okay. And they're so close to a good design, why don't they just make it? Well, they had. They didn't need me to tell them that. They had already made it. So, like I said, I owe them an apology, and I just wanted to show this to everybody because this is available right now. You can go down to your local Walmart and you can buy this for $4. And no matter who you are, if you only have $5 or less to buy a folding knife, definitely get this one. If you are somebody who regularly buys $500 knives and you're looking for a tiny beater, definitely go for it. I mean, $4, are you kidding me? I mean, this thing is set up exactly the way. If this were up to me, this is almost exactly how I would do this. They didn't get the jimping back here, but geez, if you wanted to make some yourself, you certainly could get a file and do that. Or what? Honestly, I've never actually created my own jimping, but I'm sure the process wouldn't be that hard, even for somebody who doesn't have a practiced hand in that category. But I mean, there's really nothing to complain about here. You've got a Torx head pivot. You've got 2 body screws on this side, open body design, pillar construction, 2 screws on this side, and then you've got another pivot underneath there, and then 2 screws with a pocket clip. And then it's a simple liner lock underneath. I mean, that is about as straightforward as it gets for a simple design like this. The action is smoother than I would ever expect on an inexpensive knife, and I can't quite get it to flip in reverse, but it's mainly because I can't get my hands around this thing and where the pocket clip is at, but I'm sure a more practiced hand will be able to do that. But in terms of just regular deployment, yeah, it's perfectly functional. I mean, this is a great knife to throw in a junk drawer, keep in your truck, or carry on your person. It's not big enough to scare anybody, and it's just kind of a nice EDC utilitarian size. I mean, they nailed it here. So thumbs up to Ozark Trail for they've got a design out there that's perfect for EDC and just for everyday cutting tasks. And you can throw it around, and if for whatever reason it falls apart or it breaks, well, it costs you $4, so you're not out that much. But most importantly, for people who are, maybe they're interested in knives, but they don't have a lot to spend, and they just, it's like I said before, I would prefer that every person, where it's legal, carry a folding knife because it makes your life easier. It's a tool that everybody can easily carry, and it just makes sense to carry something like this. But not everybody can afford a really, really nice knife, and some people, I know some people may not agree with me, but some people just don't have, more than $5 or $10 to spend on stuff like this. And I didn't have, up until this point, I didn't have an inexpensive knife that I could offer for consideration to people. And the cheapest knife up to this point was a $15, $20 knife, and for some people it's not going to be worth it. It's not going to be part of their budget. But this should fit into everybody's budget. This is one that I can honestly recommend to everybody. This is just fantastic. I love that this exists. That's so cool. We've got a cheap knife that's a great design that offers a great foundation for what to expect from a utilitarian cutting tool. One that is a tool. There's nothing ultra flashy about this. It's just a pocket knife, and it's going to do the job. The light cutting task, which is what it's designed to do. Your thumb stud is in a great position in relationship to the pivot, and that cutout there offers a nice interaction with the the stud, so it's very easy to deploy. Of course, one-handed opening, in and out of the pocket, all that stuff. You know, this divot, how this is set up here, it's not exactly the way that I'd prefer, but it's still going to go in and out of your pocket easily. I'm not going to get that nitpicky on a $4 knife, but I mean, man, this is just super impressive. I think this is awesome. I think this is definitely worth checking out. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of videos on YouTube about this little guy yet, and that's shocking to me. I really hope this does not go under the radar. I hope some people pick this up, because you know, they deserve to win with this one. This is a great design. It would be nice to see if they offered it in other colors, but you know, I'm sure they won't. These generally are available for just a little bit, and then they're gone forever. So if you're watching this video right now and you like how this looks, you know, regardless of your situation, I recommend you go pick this up. This is just a great little everyday cutting tool, and I don't have any complaints about it. So this is fantastic. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. I wanted to bring this up. I've got a few things changing, so I'm going to try and keep up with videos. There may be a couple weeks here and there where I only get you know, 2 uploads in a week, and I don't want to just create filler for the people who are subscribed to my channel. I want to actually give you something to watch that I feel strongly about, and not try to just make something up to get a video out for the day. So I'm gonna make these changes and make it so that I can offer consistent good content, and give everybody something to watch who are subscribed to my channel. I do actually have a couple of knives coming that will definitely appear on the channel here this week and possibly next week, so there'll be a couple unboxings, some interesting stuff. For those of you who are subscribed and have consistently guessed what I was about to unbox, feel free to guess in the comments section. I always find that kind of entertaining, but those are coming, so keep your eyes out for that. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do have lots of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy my content, then please subscribe to this channel, because I've definitely got more content coming. So thanks again for watching, guys, and have a great day.